We're on?
We're live.
Okay. What chapter are we on?
4? 4. Because we finished Max.
Is that the event?
Hi, Flower. Yeah, it's Tangent Parfait. That's why I named it the thing. I'm shocked this didn't start with Sharky making strange noises. I don't always trap him into starting us off with strange noises or in the middle of a ramble, but I just think it's fun sometimes.
I was too busy hugging my dragon. I was too busy hugging my dragon.
You should hug the dragon.
I am hugging my dragon. He's cute and fluffy. Not really fluffy, but...
Level 4. Player versus player. Sharky having a bad day? I think that's called Sharky having a day.
I had work, therefore it was a bad day. One of our applications went down for a solid half an hour, so at one point we had like 64 calls.
Because the future year 20XX and technology still goes down. And this is my hour to fix the technology that went down. Unacceptable. I shall fight all those who make my father unhappy. I mean, go for it. There's a lot of people there, but go for it.
That would be pretty impressive if you could fight that many people.
Just fight once. Every single person at Sharky's work. That sounds about right?
That would be pretty impressive, honestly. If anybody was that powerful.
I can do it. I have a lot of rage. Yep. Me too.
You'd have to have godlike barbarian rage at that point.
Are you doubting those of us who claim to have such?
Yes, I am.
I believe that magic is mighty enough.
I am doubting you have...
I am doubting whether it is a good plan, but I do not doubt magic's ability to fight every single one. Mom Third just makes me think that I'm a panther now. Max has come and gone, and we're hoping a good number of the folks we reached out to there will be here today at my big event, Tangent Parfait. This is a make-or-break moment for me. My chance to put the Funplex on the map. My chance to make something more of this job than a 9-to-5 vacuuming the carpet and looking for missing ski balls. My chance to prove to myself that I can do this. Everybody is counting on me to bring in the customers and keep them coming back for more. Without that, we're constantly at risk of the Funplex shutting down. Oh no. Teo, come back. Here I am in the break room, psyching myself up, watching the clock. Once the little hand hits the 10 and the big hand hits the 12, Tangent Parfait is go. I don't want to be nervous. I don't want to be freaking out like I was at Max. I want to face this with absolute confidence. But, well, sadly I'm me and not someone else. Those old instincts to assume that everything will go wrong, those feelings are still hanging on.
Almost on the stage. What?
Magic said, oh, mood.
What's the mood?
I think this one. At least this is my mood.
To assume that everything will go wrong. Ow.
Are you not listening to our own stream? Come on now.
I'm like... I don't know. I exist. I'm here, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm elsewhere. Almost on to the stage. You ready, Sparkles? No? Yes? You know what? Let's go with yes. Even if it's no. So what we basically say right before our stream.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know exactly what you're feeling, Sparkles. Your heart is racing, and your breath is shallow. You feel like you might pass out any second. Check, and check. Am I having a panic attack? I get the same way before a major community event. But I'll let you into my little secret. I take those thoughts of I'm anxious, and instead I tell myself I'm excited. Both emotions have the same effects on the physical body, but changing the mental outlook works wonders.
I commented today when I came into the lab, oh, you look pretty tired. And I responded, yeah, damn insomnia. I slept about 3 hours every night for the past week. He looked I have to constantly be careful of what jokes I make in front of my coworkers because I'm not trying to scare them.
I'm concerned for everyone.
Also, Magic, you should get more sleep. But, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I hope you're able to get more sleep soon. Yeah. I'm usually just trying not to make the world sucks, I hate everything, destroy capitalism, I'm depressed jokes at my coworkers. Eventually my body will just pass out from exhaustion, right? Yes, but also Magic, no! No, don't rely on that. Do not rely on that.
That's what my body feels like every day, so I understand that mood.
Look, it's mood, but also, like, no, Magic. Please get proper sleep.
So let's hear it. I'm excited.
All right.
Perfection. Now, don't stop. Keep telling yourself that, and I'll keep everyone else dancing.
All right, all of Tangent Parfait is just going to be dancing.
I reject.
Why not? Why? Why not?
Sharks don't dance.
Sure they do. Left shark is evidence.
It's not a real shark.
Right, you're a left shark.
No.
Are you a right shark?
No.
Okay, you're Katy Perry.
No. In the end, everybody wins.
Yeah, I don't dance song from High School Musical. Pretty much. That's Sharky in a nutshell.
Why do people need to remind me about High School Musical? Why does there need to be a thing that I need to be reminded of?
It's a thing that existed.
That they made High School Musical, the TV show, the series, the whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Dance on.
10 o'clock. Time to do this. You can do this, Sparkles.
Nope.
And you know what? Even if the family curse makes you fail miserably and crash and burn, at least you can say you took an honest whack at it. You'll never succeed if you don't at least take a few whacks.
Nope.
With that settled, they push through the door and out into the arcade.
Nope.
Why are you noping?
Nope.
Let's be honest, we'll probably get maybe a dozen randos anyway. No big deal, right?
Nope.
And that is not a dozen randos. Nope, indeed.
We are gamers.
We are gamers. We wreck the GameStop stock. And half of Wall Street. It's 10 dozen randos.
That's terrifying. Look, a dozen randos are terrifying. 10 dozen? That sounds like I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Still don't understand the Jimmy thing. Yes, so my one conservative friend explained to me.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Well, okay, so it was really funny because this is my one conservative friend, the only one that I can actually deal with. Sorry, this is not an apolitical stream. So, okay, let me read her explanation because this explained everything basically. Okay, so basically, the hedge funds try to, let me go all the way back to her explanation, because I feel like it was a very helpful explanation. She did a major in econ pre-law, so like, okay. So basically, the people who bought... Okay. The hedge funds sell stocks that they don't have under an assumption that the stock will go down.
Mm-hmm.
So, where is it? It's basically like collecting money promising to deliver 47 million boxes of Girl Scout cookies, only to discover the Girl Scouts only make $3 million every 24 hours, and you have 48 hours to come up with 44 million more.
Yeah.
So instead, they tried a different tactic this morning by lying about already having covering their shorts. Except that info can be researched, so instead of tanking the market like they hoped, it went up because now everyone knows exactly how in the soup these funds are. So now they're playing the lawsuits/politics card because they're on the hook for all of the stocks in GameStop that they do not actually have because they have sort of pre-sold it.
Yeah, so from what I understood, because I was reading a bunch of people...
I will read the thing from more directly. So they short businesses, or at least these do. Basically, they take a struggling company whose clients and customers try to infuse some extra money so they can get back on their feet. And they team up to artificially depress the stock by selling a bunch of naked calls and then posting adverse sentiments about the stocks using their credentials as hedge funds and analysts, so that the infusing customers and the company itself lose all the extra liquid contributed to help. It's like a landlord raising the price of rent after someone's friends and relatives raised enough to help them during the pandemic. They call themselves activist funds, but don't be fooled by that name. They haven't donated crap to anyone. Meanwhile, the Wall Street Bets guys set up a list of nonprofits to donate to, so who's the bad guy? And this is how my one conservative friend came to the conclusion of, I take back everything I've said about AOC. She's for the people. Like, wow, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of her.
From what I've understood, just because I was reading, people were talking about it. It was a weird, the dumb thing. They're trying to make money off of, like you were saying, betting it would go down. And then the writers were just like, we're just going to artificially inflate this.
Yeah, it's a fun leap straight into the arms of socialism. She's still not a socialist. She's too wealthy. But she is at least taking back the, like, when this plan inevitably fails, all of the people making over this amount will get taxed 80%, because that's always her fear. Because she makes a lot. She's a fucking lawyer. And so, as a result, she's now like, you know what? Actually, I'm okay if we tax the shit out of hedge funds. That's fine. Perfectly okay. Do it. And I'm like, yes, good. I'm so proud of her.
It's... Apparently they're also doing it to AMC now.
Mm-hmm, I heard that too.
And a few other companies.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how many times it's possible to happen until stuff starts stopping it. Because obviously...
Oh, something's probably gonna...
Yeah, they're doing it to clearly doomed companies and came from a wealthy 1% family and tax them all. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of people who have inherited their wealth, I think, who have that same outlook of like, hey, fuck this, I don't need this much money, I shouldn't be receiving this much money, I have not earned this much money. In the meantime, it's hilarious how much they're panicking. But basically, like, because they're on the hook for all of these stocks that they don't have, because, like, basically, they had assumed that there would be plenty available. Well, because of how everyone bought them up and then basically, like, quit, they're not selling them. So there are not all of the extra funds that they're missing, or extra stocks missing, for them to get. It's literally not available.
There's also apparently a thing called a market call where they basically force back all the... They're like, okay, now you pay what you owe at current market price for these stocks, and now they're like, but we just sold like thousands of stocks at this price, and now they're at this price? Yeah, pay back that amount of stock at this price right now.
Yeah.
And that's happened multiple times since it went up.
Because, I mean, like, if you sell things that you don't owe, eventually you have to buy the thing that you sold, right?
Yeah.
You have to obtain the thing that you promised to sell. Well, they don't have it. And, like, they can't wait for it to go back down or anything.
Yeah, and a market call is immediate, too.
Yeah. So, like, they're fucked. Because they're on the hook for all of these things they literally don't own.
Yeah. For millions.
Suddenly, the free market is a bad thing and must be regulated to save it against a bunch of goddamn meme lord redditors. Yup.
Yeah, I assume in probably the next week there's going to be
tax
something
the rich,
to stop
tax
it.
inheritance.
Praise invaders! Oh, you made
Suddenly. Oh, you made a business model on an earthquake fault line? Guess the invisible hand of the market's gonna have to choke a bitch.
A lot of people like helping failing businesses, and they don't care about the invisible hand. The invisible hand's only for things they don't like.
Look, the invisible hand becomes visible and drops down from the ceiling and drops you in some other part of the dungeon. We don't like the invisible hand.
But it's not invisible when it grabs you.
I know. But the body is invisible, so I feel like that implies that the hand should otherwise be invisible from time to time.
It doesn't have a body. It's just a hand. I mean, it was a wonderful joke.
You can't see it. You can't see the body. That's all.
It was 10 out of 10. What is this, Ungo Bungo? No. Is it?
I also saw a great joke that was like, oh god, Nintendo teaches people about stocks via turnips, and this is what happens.
Yeah, uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's either Master Hand or Crazy Hand. Well, it's probably Crazy Hand.
1% watching the middle and working class employed. Shouldn't have gotten that Starbucks on August 23rd. 1% now dealing with their consequences. What? Inconceivable! Pretty much. Pretty much.
You shouldn't have bought that new iPhone when yours was failing. Why did you have to buy shoes so often? You need clothes? What do you need clothes for?
You bought food. Excuse me. The poor should only be eating gruel.
You should have saved that money. Now that means if you saved it, you wouldn't be poor. An incredibly rare Japanese import.
Maybe the hedge funds should buy less avocado toast and iPhones. Yeah, I mean, not to worry. If they really tank, they should be looking forward to their $400 check, and at worst case, they can look forward to a $15 an hour minimum wage job in 5 years, right?
I've never had avocado toast. I don't know what it's like. Probably also doesn't help that I can't taste, but I don't know anything about it other than the jokes.
It's avocado on toast.
I don't think I've ever had avocado.
Sometimes with olive oil, salt and pepper. If you didn't want to be struggling, maybe you should have been born poor, man. I don't know.
Incredibly rare Japanese import where you must accurately take words to shoot down alien invaders.
Okay, but can I convert the alien invaders into hedge fund managers? Can I mod that?
No, you can't mod the Japanese imports. That will devalue it.
No.
And I think Naomi will be pissed.
Would Naomi be pissed if we just put
mod
in
the game?
a mod? You really think Naomi would be pissed at a modded game? She basically makes mods.
She repairs, which would be slightly different.
Yeah, but like she's made mods. It's not like she's upset by the concept of like changing the inner workings of the technology to make sure that the game can survive and keep functioning.
Yeah, but I think if you change like the game itself, I don't think she'd be happy about that.
I don't know. It's not like we have one of the writers here to confirm or deny or anything. I really don't feel like Naomi would be anti-mod. Wouldn't want to swap things completely around. But I feel like if you had a backup thing where she could change it back. Naomi looking at Skyrim with just a shit ton of mods. That's bullshit. This is bullshit. Fuck Todd Howard.
Why is the Thomas Tank Engine coming at me? Come at me, bro.
Alright, we're gonna have...
Dragon Slayer's Janang, thanks to the aging and fill. My detector swaps it out for a small video player on an SD card. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. That's fair.
But however, probably changing Dragon's Lair.
Fine.
She would probably be like, no. But she wouldn't want to take the Donkey Kong and make it some generic 1001 game cab.
Well, yeah. But just changing the images temporarily so that instead of aliens, they're hedge fund managers for like a day?
Yeah, but we're more asking, like, would she take a Donkey Kong and, like, make it the Popeye it was supposed to be?
Well, I don't think... Because, okay. The essence of Donkey Kong is that here's Donkey Kong, here is Kidnapped Lady, here's Mario, right?
Well, it was supposed to be Popeye.
Okay, but stay on here. Like...
Wait, what magic?
What do you mean, wait, what magic?
Wait, Popeye, what the...
I mean, yes, I am also... What the fuck, it was supposed to be Popeye? In canon, she made a Miss Stella's Magic Maze mod for Percy and his first thing. Oh, that's so cute! Yeah, I don't think she would want it modded permanently. I don't think that she's pro, like, the people who are like, I refuse to play this game without this mod. But...
And they got sued.
I feel like Naomi wouldn't be opposed to, like, a temporary mod that can be put back for fun. Not for, like, profit. If Gavin suggested it because he thought it would make money, she'd be like, absolutely not, fuck you.
But no, Donkey Kong was originally supposed to be a Popeye game. But then they didn't get the rights, so they had to change everything.
Percy managed to countersue, saying, you literally have a character named Stella in your new movie anime, so you're gonna let me make this game or you'd be a hypocrite. Also donate to charity or else. Percy. A+. Excellent person.
Where is this canon and how do we see it?
I'm like, alright. So Percy is the only person who makes his money off of stock trading stuff that we respect here. The only one. And I mean, Percy is not... I don't think Percy would be the type to be like, what the fuck, Reddit has inflated GameStop, I'm going to sue.
I intended to do more articles, but only did the one so far.
Ooh. It's your boy Punchy78 here with a Fight Jack retro interview.
Oh my gosh.
am like, on one hand, oh, maybe I should just leave this up so I can read through it later. And on the other hand, I'm like, wait, what if we just tangent completely off of tangent parfait as is intended and just read this out loud?
We need to get through this.
Do we?
Yes.
Do we need to get through it tonight? Where is this canon? Can I load Mr. Moopy t-shirts into it? Still Arcade Spirits related. It is. It's like when we did the Domino stream, but then we like paused and we're like, okay, while we wait for people to join, we're just gonna read act the like Domino interview. Maybe we should wait until we're at Moopy scene with Percy in this chapter, and then we'll pause and read this.
So we all don't have to be sad?
Shh, what are you talking about? Percy's perfectly fine.
Depends
Crowd's
on
reaction
what
is immediate.
Depends on what you define as fine. I mean, mood. That is literally
always
like every
sad,
day for me.
always angry, always filled with anxiety.
I should post that in Discord while we wait, while you're reading lines.
The
Thing I was talking to you earlier about, so I can get our other chat people's comments, questions, concerns.
Which thing you were talking to me earlier about?
Our friend.
Oh, that.
I'm just gonna post it in Discord if I can find it.
You just have to scroll all the way up our chat.
I'm looking in the other chat.
Okay, the short version is, who here would like sticker sheets versus individual stickers of our icons?
Or either.
Or both. I mean, both is absolutely an option. I just want to gauge interest in either side. And if we were to have sticker sheets sold by the artist, which is to say that all of the money will go to the artist, because honestly, we don't need it.
She deserves it for all the crabbing work she does. She does such good work.
Well, considering that she's undercharging you for your YouTube stuff, especially.
Oh no, she tried to. She didn't get to.
So no death by chemicals for baby.
Yeah, send them to your father.
Also no death by chemicals for Sharky either.
Also, Pi, she said the stickers you sent me were so effing cute.
They were so cute. The ones you got, the ones I got, they're all so cute.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna die in glorious combat against all of Sharky's coworkers that piss him off.
This is what I'm gonna say. This is...
But also, Magic, please don't die. We would miss you. We would be sad if our baby died.
Okay. I just posted it in the Discord, so feel free to respond to that whenever you guys feel like. Anyway.
I mean, okay, so really quickly on that note is the 2 to 3 to 4 currently that Sharky is mentioning here are the base icon, the snow shark version, there's the party shark. And then there's potentially the base one, but on an ace flag background.
Sailor Shark.
Oh, also Sailor Shark.
Also need more bats.
Such cute stuff. Yes. And, yeah, if people have requests for the bat. What was it? An angry bat? A sailor bat? I'm definitely absolutely on the verge of asking for a variation on the current bat in which everything is the same, but the scythe is just Than's scythe from Hades instead.
I'm tempted to commission Paladin, Shark, and Rogue bat.
Okay, so
I'd kill for a
I've
Sailor
heard
Truck
of-
sticker.
the thing of like bi/pan women looking at women and going, I don't know if I want to be you or be on top of you. And you know what? I feel like for Than, that's me plus, or do I want to be your scythe? I don't know, all three.
Interesting. On top of as in riding the shoulders?
Yes, absolutely.
So you can be
That's
tall?
absolutely what that means. Definitely.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And yeah, I feel like, at the very least, Sailor Shark will sell. To Sharky's chagrin. In fact, maybe we should change Sharky's shenanigans to Sharky's chagrin. Just as a name. We keep the same alliteration.
Oh,
Better
I need to
encapsulates the depression.
I need to post the one Twitter that I follow in there. What's it called?
It exists?
I'd only heard of it spoken in myth and legend.
I must play this game immediately.
Whoa, one at a time.
Good portion of the crowd bum rushes the game, eager to be the first ones to get their hands on those clacky old keyboards.
One of my favorite Kingdom Hearts Twitters is this day in Kingdom Hearts 358/2. Where
yes.
literally, starting on the 1st, goes through literally what happens in that day in the game. And if it's just this person is unconscious and that's it, they just post a tweet being like, day blah, person is unconscious.
Yep. Look, there's a lot of days where people are just unconscious.
Blank day, after a mission, went to Clock Tower and had ice cream.
Excellent. I knew that game would be a hit. See?
Today was literally people discuss what happens while Roxas is unconscious. That was literally today. So like, it's amazing.
It's great.
Well, today's event drew a very hardcore audience. Whether or not the rare Japanese import draws consistent profit over time during normal operating hours remains to be seen.
Sheesh, why do you always have to poop in our ice cream, Gavin? Just let us have this.
Why would you poop in ice cream?
I don't know, ask Gavin, apparently.
What'd you do today, Sora? Reunited with friends, had some laughs, stabbed myself in the heart, found... what was that middle one? I mean, that literally was one of the...
Today. She liked it. Ooh.
Well, technically it also starts on day 7 because, like, day 1 was, like, right after Sora stabs himself through the heart, and that's complicated mess. We're not going to get into that right now.
Although, speaking of mochi, I got a snack yesterday that's
Mango
like...
mochi?
Cheese mochi? Mango mochi. Like the mochi ice creams? I got like a fried mochi snack that's cheese flavored, and I was like, these are like the fanciest fucking Cheetos. This is amazing. And then we finished the whole bag in like an hour.
What is mochi?
Rice cake.
Okay.
Like you pound rice into like this gelatinous blob? I don't know. It's a rice cake.
I don't know anything about it.
And mochi ice cream is delicious. Okay, white boy.
Yes. Hi, I am white boy.
This feels obligatory because I'm like, yeah, I grew up eating mochi ice cream. Yeah, that's normal.
I am white boy who grew up very white. Yes, I understand. That's why I'm asking these questions, because I don't know anything about it, and I'm just like, please explain.
Yeah, I guess rice dough is more accurate than rice cake, sort of.
People watch this stream like, wow, go white boy, go. rice dough in this case is wrapped around ice cream. Interesting.
I guess rice dough is a more accurate description in terms of what people will understand.
Look, I ask these questions not to be like mean, more to be like, please explain.
And yes, I realize that most of chat is also white. No offense. I don't know.
I mean, I understand how white I grow up. That's why I'm asking these questions, because I just legitimately don't know something.
I know. I mean, it's not like you're like, ew, what's mochi? You're just, I don't know what mochi is. Which is fine.
It's not like my family...
I'm just also like, fuck, how do I explain mochi to someone who has never had mochi?
I remember I went home one day when I was still living with my parents, and they're like, oh, what'd you have? I'm like, oh, I had halal. They're like, what's halal? I'm like, and then I explained it, and then...
Described as assorted crackers. It's the party pack.
I basically explained what I had from Halal Truck, and they're like, ew, that's foreign. You like that? Ew. And I'm like, what?
Halal Truck food is amazing and delicious. How dare they? But also like, okay, more for me.
Halal Truck's food is great.
Especially, I mean, they're so cheap.
Wow.
They used to be.
They
$5.
used to be.
No, I mean, it's still cheap.
Yeah.
It's still cheap. In the sense of, like, it used to be $5 to get the whole chicken and rice thing and a soda thrown in.
I think when I left, it was up to $6.
$6 is still so fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Like, that's insanely cheap compared. Especially, I mean, I only eat so much, right? So I could frequently stretch that into 2, possibly even 3 meals if I was especially not that hungry. So like 3 meals for $5, that's crazy.
Oh, didn't they also
And especially
have
what I
rice?
used to do was that instead of soda, you could ask them for extra pita. So they would give you like a bunch of pita cut, and like they would heat up that pita on the same grill as the meats.
That's cool.
So it had all of the seasonings of the meats on the pita bread. It was so good.
Wow.
Mom recently sent me some scans of my great-grandfather's notebooks. Ooh. That's cool. Yeah, in terms of heritage kind of thing, like, I'm pretty whitewashed relatively, but I'm also very distinctly, like, did not grow up white. Which is always a very, like, fine line kind of thing. Because, on one hand, like, if I talk to someone who's actually, like, an immigrant, I have only so much in common with them. There's a lot of things that just are not shared. However, same with white people. But I have been bugging my parents recently, like, hey, you know, all of those actually Chinese dishes that we used to have when I was a child, can you please, like, send them to me? Can you please translate them to English and send them to me? Because my mom has a binder full of recipes. They are all in Chinese. I cannot read it. At this point, I have studied enough Japanese that I think I might be able to understand some words, but, like, essentially, I cannot read her recipes. So I need her to translate them and then send them to me. But she quit her job and is basically in retirement now. So, like, I'm like, great, you have time now. Can you please translate your fucking recipes and send them to me?
So I'm like, your great-grandfather did that. I'm like, the most my family knows is that my grandfather was in the Navy. Do I know what he did for a living? When I was a child, ran a ceramic shop. Did I know anything else? Nope. What about my other grandfather? Heck if I know.
Look, I had to ask my mom a few years ago, like, hey, for the purposes of giving my doctors an actual fucking explanation of any sort of family history when I go to a new doctor, can you please at least explain to me how each of my grandparents died? Because all of them were dead by the time I hit 4th grade. and I would like to be able to tell the doctors something.
Don't.
And that's when I realized that she had lied to me in 3rd grade about the one remaining grandparent that was still alive in my lifetime. And that's all I know about them. I am apparently named after one of my grandparents, and I know nothing about her.
I lived with one of my grandfathers, and he died when I was in 4th grade. And I still don't fully know what killed him. Like, it wasn't old age, it was something else, but, like, my family won't talk about it, except for the vague mention of my mother now has apparently exactly what killed him, when he was, like, 80-something. And so I'm like, okay, but, like, I have no reference to any of this, so, like...
Since we're done, did he leave Germany before? Yes, he left before the Nazis. Good. Good. I'm glad.
But like,
don't worry, we have our own Nazis here in America now.
But I was gonna say, like, my parents and them worked in factories and stuff. Yay! Lower middle class America. Sorry about my adoption. Apparently,
originally named Michelle.
Interesting.
Also, I'm sorry that you apparently didn't have this documentation before. I feel like that's something you should have had.
Yeah.
At least for the, like, medical history side.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so the grandparent that my parents lied about the cause of death, I understand why they lied. I'm just a little annoyed that they never then went back to tell me. That when I was in about 3rd grade, my one remaining grandparent committed suicide. Obviously, in 3rd grade, you probably don't want to tell the kid that. So, yeah, they didn't tell me at the time. They told me it was, like, lung cancer or something, because she smoked. Sure. The problem is that I had to follow up when I was about 25 going, hey, I should probably, like, tell the doctor something about my family medical history. And then they revealed it, and I went, oh, God. Wait, my grandmother was depressed? Wait, shit, this might be hereditary. Oh, God, that explains so much. Oh, no, that explains so many things. Fuck. My father was going to be twatting him upside the head with this paperwork. Yes, deservedly.
That's totally fair.
That is a very fair thing to be livid about.
If I had a doctor be like, oh, tell me about like medical history of your family, I'd be like, I don't think I could tell you a thing.
You know some things about your family's medical history, though.
Yeah, I know my father has the one thing.
You realize I literally don't know the names of any of my aunts or uncles.
That is... No, but I think I only know those two. Like, my father has sleep apnea and one other thing, and I think that's about it. I think that's literally all I know about my biological family medical history.
Tell me about your family's medical history. Fuck, dude, they were alive at some point, and now they're not.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I'm like, I understand why my parents lied to me at the time, but also like, fuck, this explains so many things that this really would have been helpful to know like 10 years prior to me asking just for the sake of knowing to tell my doctor something.
Yeah. Also, it's in writing on a page that my father signed off on receipt of that shellfish allergies run in my family, but my dad kept insisting, shut up, you're not allergic. Oh my lord.
I know. I saw the tweet when you first announced that he had passed. And like, yup.
Oh my lord.
I'm sorry, and I'm, I guess against normal politeness, a little bit happy for you. Or relieved for you? Probably more relieved for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say happy.
I mean, happy in the same sense as, like, is it illegal to dig up a corpse and punch it in the solar plexus? Asking for a friend.
And when I saw that, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, considering what you've said about your father before, I was like, yeah. And it's like a complex thing, right?
Yeah, it's
all
very
of your
complex.
feelings on it are valid. Same for the grief thing that you posted earlier today. Totally valid. Families.
I punched a corpse. Again, kind of weird, but not a sin?
Is it a sin to punch a living person? Technically?
Okay, are you... It depends on how you're defining sin at that moment. Because you can either... well, no, okay. And here's
that
where it
might
gets
fall under
complicated.
wrath, but what if you're just punching them for fun?
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. But here's the thing, though. It depends on if you're talking to a Catholic or a Protestant and a lot of
Well, I'm
other...
talking to you right now.
Because if you define...
If I punch a Nazi, is that a sin?
If you define it as something like only going against the 10 Commandments, right?
Is that a definition that it has to be only against one of those 10? That's all of the sins in the world?
Literally, a sin is something that goes against God, which the 10 Commandments are the laws that God gave you, or gave us.
And those are the only laws that God gave us? Apparently?
God gave the Jewish community a bunch of laws in Deuteronomy and Leviticus. But because of Jesus coming down, you can say that you don't have to follow those laws. But you still technically have to follow the 10 Commandments.
Didn't you once tell me about how you actually also don't have to follow the 10 Commandments? Because Jesus...
Yeah, you kind of also don't. It's a weird, complicated mess.
Jesus was like, yo, anarchy, what's up?
Technically, you can, that can fall under thou shalt not murder, because technically, in one of the books of the stories, right, he did flip the tables for the moneylenders, and he made a whip and whipped them, which making the whip takes hours. So like, it's a complicated mess, right? Okay, so let me get through this thought, right? So the weird thing about the 10 Commandments...
I love getting Sharky started on Christianity.
So the weird thing about the 10 Commandments, right, is like, the first three are like, thou shalt not have, like, I am the Lord thy God, you shalt have any other before me, yada, 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 right? And then there's yada. Honor thy father, the mother, don't murder, don't commit adultery, don't steal, right? There was a story of, I think it was David or Solomon, I forget which one, who was like, I haven't murdered a guy, I think it was Solomon, I haven't committed adultery once, because David flipped and committed adultery, so it's probably Solomon. He's like, I've always
Christ
kept the
Sabbath.
Sabbath.
Says, eat the rich, for it is my body.
He's like, I've always kept the Sabbath day. Like, I've done this, that, the other thing. And then he got to the final commandment of, oh, you shouldn't cover your neighbor's wife, or their neighbor's slaves, like blah 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 blah. And he was like, oh crap. It's not just here's what my outward actions is, it is internal. So technically punching a guy because would technically fall under thou shalt not murder because of the inward feelings against the person.
Well, it wasn't thou shalt not want to commit murder. It was thou shalt not commit murder. That's different than thou shalt not covet.
No, but
if he wanted all of them to apply to how you feel internally, he should have said all of them should, as covet. All of them should be phrased internally. That's the only internal one, clearly.
I think there's also a story. Yeah, thou shalt not hate body counter strike up. Yeah, if you're Catholic and you feel decent about something, you probably just sin. Kinda. I mean.
I mean, I'm still / basically forever atheist on the basis of, look, even if God did exist, fuck him, you better not. Get the fuck out of here. For his sake, he better not exist.
What's... Oh, crap. What is it? Now I literally need to look up Bible verses. Hold on. This is what you get me started on.
Welcome to Tangent Parfait.
Let me bring this.
Thou shalt not feed in bottom lane because your idiot team refuses to surrender after 40 minutes of pure yellow hell. I mean, if we go by technical sinning, I should probably change the Satan sinning space to a different name. But if we're talking about every time you want to harm somebody and murder somebody, yeah, I think I can keep it. And then I could yell about politics like 3 times as much as I currently do. My nerves unwind somewhat on seeing everybody ready to go. Maybe today will work out just fine after all.
So
many things about my existence would probably piss off conservative Christians, so I'm probably doing something right. Pretty much. I mean, at this point, a rainbow pisses off conservative Christians, so...
Yeah, that's... Jesus, Sermon on the Mount is so annoying.
I'm no longer sure what doesn't piss off conservative Christians.
Breathing?
Are you sure? What if you breathe as an atheist?
Thou shalt not feed in bottom lane because you're the atheistic. Gosh dang it, Flower.
Oh, you're just catching up on all the flowers?
I was literally trying to catch up on the flippant Sermon of the Mount.
Trump didn't piss them off. Thou shalt not vague tweet your roommate even if they keep leaving dirty dishes next to the sink instead of actually washing them, because that's just not cool and not very adult. You should communicate openly. I'm glad to have a mutual understanding on leaving dishes in/next to the sink with my roommate. Which is, yeah, well, I mean, if the dishwasher's not emptied and the sink is full, I guess they're going next to the sink. I guess that's just what's happening.
Everything except for today's dancing,
that I have,
Teo?
like, a good roommate that I like being around in quarantine. This would be so much worse if I hated my roommate. When you vague tweet with Lucifer the devil. Excuse me, Flower, are you implicating me? Are you implicating me in someone else's vague tweets?
And here's the funny thing, I don't think the name Lucifer was ever said in the... Was Lucifer said in the Bible? I don't know if that was ever actually... Wait, Isaiah 14:12. Oh, no, it is!
In Teo fashion, he winks and gives me a thumbs up. Yep, I'm there.
There is literally one verse in a specific version of the Bible that says the word Lucifer.
Also, I did not have a dishwasher growing up, but then I moved into apartments at various points of my living that did have dishwashers. And now I'm like, oh god, I never want to wash all of my dishes by hand. Because, like, even if I can hand wash things, honestly, the dishwasher makes them cleaner than my hand washing. I'm not good enough at hand washing, I guess. I don't know.
I remember...
And also, it's a glorified drying rack. It's more space to dry dishes than our actual drying rack has, so...
See, I remember when I was growing up, my family's like, okay, City, throwing in the dishwasher. And then I moved into my own room, and he's like, why are you washing that before putting it in? I'm like, what?
The enzyme that makes fireflies glow is actually called luciferase, which I always think is neat. That is neat. Also, I think I remember something about conservative Christians being anti-vaccine because there was something with luciferase or Lucifer something.
I've never heard of that, but
something Lucifer related. Thou shalt not get thy neighbor's car even if they borrowed your lawnmower and haven't returned it despite repeated attempts, and somehow their lawn is still unkempt, which really doesn't make sense because they have the damn lawnmower. The least they could do if they aren't giving it back is use it now and then. Alright, I feel like suddenly we quit Arcade Spirits, we go to Dream Daddy.
What was it?
That sounds like a Dream Daddy.
I feel like I was... Crap, was I watching something or was I talking with somebody? I honestly forget, but I remember something being mentioned.
Something while talking with somebody?
It was somebody was jokingly mentioned like, oh, what's the difference between like a present or like a gift and like borrowing or something like that. And somebody was like, but what would happen if I gave you back gifting it? So like, I'm gonna gift you your lawnmower that I took 3 years ago and haven't used. It's like, that's not gifting. Gotta go take a shower and attempt sleep. Enjoy your tangents and check the Percy article later. Will do.
Thanks for joining us, Flower. Sorry we haven't even gotten through the first section of choices.
Man, if they don't like the enzyme, I can't imagine what they think of Sonic Hedgehog Gene. I wish I was making that name up. Oh, I remember that's not a made-up name. There's also one named after Pikachu, I think.
Honestly, scientists are the greatest.
I feel like one of them, I think the Pikachu one wasn't actually supposed to be named after the Pokemon. It was like a coincidence, but they're like, okay, yeah, sure.
I mean, I will forever think that it's funny that for that matter, in Japanese, if you say Pika Pika, it's actually like to say that something is squeaky clean. It has nothing to do with Pokemon.
Of course not. Oh no, it is actually named after the Pikachu one. Okay, maybe it's a Sonic one. I forget which. I know one of them wasn't like supposed to be a reference, but just was. And then I think the Sonic one got like the one that like attacks it is named after Eggman. It's weird. Like
Great.
Scientists are hilarious and weird.
Yeah, scientists are the best. Which means magic is the best. Magic's the best one here. Sorry, none of us can compete. Scientist one staring at the night sky. Whoa, so beautiful, the vast unknown. Scientist, it's Milky. Let's call it that.
Yeah, I remember I was like, what idiot named it the Milky Way? It's like, that's what scientists do.
I look forward to hearing what magic is gonna name some new discovery someday.
It's like, who looked up at the night sky and said, Milky.
Milk.
And they're like, scientists.
Scientist one. Really? Scientist two? Yeah, you have a better name? Scientist one. Well, no. I guess you're right. It's the Milky Way now.
Like, what was it? There was one that like somebody made like a comic like making fun of scientists' names, but like the thing didn't have a name yet, so scientists are like, that's what it's named now. Like, oh my gosh.
What idiot named it Milky Way? A hungry idiot. Look, all I can say is programmers will name their variables I. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, technically programmers generally should name them better things, but
I remember in college people would be like, I don't know what to name this variable yet. Let's
better
just
yet,
put in some
when you have
words.
to make like 3 different variables because you have to change what type the actual data is being stored as. Beautiful.
Yeah,
I had to name, I think something M, M1, M2, M-int.
Yeah, the Sonic gene is so called because when it's defective in fruit flies, they look spiky like a hedgehog.
Interesting. See, scientists are fucking hilarious.
What was I saying?
But I do want to know what the name Luciferase comes from, actually.
Wait, what?
The Luciferase enzyme thing that Magic was talking about.
Probably because of the glow.
Mint? So mint? Does it come with chocolate chips? No, but I should have also named one of the variables chocolate chip. That would have been great.
Oh my lord. So there was one gene that acts as a master switch for cancer, and it was originally named Pokemon because it stood for something and they just abbreviated to Pokemon. And then the Pokemon company was like, no, you're not doing that. We're going to sue you if you keep it like that. They're like, fine, we'll rename it.
Ah.
Yeah.
True. Lucifer is also related to light, so that makes sense.
Well, yeah, he literally
Which, I
Morning
mean,
Star.
is not shocking that it is not at all related to Christianity, but it's hilarious that Christians got mad over it.
Of course. Ready to rock, but can't stop the chat. Running the stage is my focus for the next few hours. It's going to take every ounce of social juice I can squeeze out. What's a social juice?
It's when you take an extrovert and put them through a juicer.
If I drink it, will it give me energy?
No, but it will make you a cannibal.
Can I get like some 5-hour energy out of that?
Sounds messy. It would be pretty messy.
If you
Maybe rather than a juicer, a high-power blender? But that might be bad for the blender, because you have bones.
Indeed, I'm not dead yet. I also like Ken and Barbie jeans, because it's...
Please don't drink somebody's juices without consent.
Oh, Pie, you didn't need to phrase it like that.
I mean, I feel like that's less sinning than what I was implying, but on the other hand, I'm not sure that cannibalism is against the 10 Commandments. Sharky, please advise.
Would probably be put under murder.
But what if you didn't kill them? What if you just had the body?
Probably still be under murder.
But is it murder if you're not the one who killed them?
If punching somebody is considered murder, yes.
Well, we haven't actually established that punching somebody is killing them.
Would at
Like,
least
when
be
you
frowned
say
upon?
that, like, shall not murder should encompass punching because, like, internally, that implies that by punching, you're trying to make the person die. But what if you just want to give someone a friendly punch?
Friendly as in no intent to harm?
I mean, I've punched you.
That's the thing of no intent to harm.
Well, okay, but, like, murder is different than harm. If you give someone a purposeful paper cut, they're not gonna die. We know that they're not gonna die. But they're harmed. Is that a sin? Probably desecration of a corpse is probably a sin. Okay, that's fair. That makes more sense than counting it under murder.
See, but it's again, if sin is like, I grew up with the definition that sin is something that is against God, like, basically God's laws or the whatever.
Okay, but does God have laws against cannibalism? This is the question. Hi, Sullivan. Welcome again. You're
God,
here while
welcome.
we're actually streaming this time, but we are far on a tangent.
We are an hour in and probably have got changed one scene. Those suckers hurt.
I mean, they hurt. But apparently a lot of things that cause harm are not a sin. Are hedge fund shenanigans a sin? Do those count under murder? Because those harm people. If you withhold food from a hungry person, does that fall under murder as a sin?
Probably, yeah. See, what was it? Lying, which is beating false witness, bearing false witness.
Theoretically, the harm from a paper cut may change depending on location. True, but in the average case of a paper cut, it will hurt. But is hurting someone a sin, or is it only a sin when it is supposed to be murder?
Okay, so...
Anyway, so welcome, Sullivar. I go by Satan on this stream. I hope it's obvious why.
So, okay.
This is actually not at all the reason that I go by Satan, but it is fun.
Okay, so Jesus said during the Sermon on the Mount, some Pharisees came up basically trying to rule Lord, being like, I'm actually him. And we're like, okay, so which one is the greatest commandment? Is it thou shalt not murder, honor thy father and their mothers? Which one? Like, which of the 10 commandments is the greatest commandment, the one we should put before all others?
Can't they be equal? Do Christians not believe in equality?
The Pharisees were interesting people, and let's not get in the conversation about Pharisee because, like, you can probably call most Republican Christians Pharisees, and it's interesting. We generally say
this doesn't motivate me to not get into it.
I just realized, given the context of the current conversation, I can ask the question I posed to my friends that caused them to say. So Jesus' response to that was, the greatest commandment is love thy neighbor as yourself. If you wouldn't do something to yourself, don't do it to your neighbor. And if you follow that, all the other commandments will fall in line.
Also, no, it's not because I'm generally sated. I'm generally not sated. I'm generally very unhappy with the world. I go by Satan because Sharky kept making jokes of, okay, there's Satan, at, like, dark jokes I was making, and I just ran with it because I'm goth.
I love my magic? What the?
Magic? What the fuck?
So technically, if you were causing the paper cut the harm, because yes, it would, because
so
you
I'm
need
just
to be
waiting
loving your
for
neighbor as thyself.
Okay, the question was, do you think it would be easier or harder to chloroform someone wearing a mask? I think it depends on the type of mask, but if you could slip the chloroform rag under the mask and hold it down, it would be easier.
But doesn't chloroform take, like, forever to, like, actually do anything? It's not, like, a quick and easy thing. So either way, like, yes, probably putting it under the mask and just keeping the
Don't chloroform people, by the way. Yes, good.
And if you, like, put it under the mask and just was able to force the mask to stay on for, like, forever, yeah, it would probably work. But, like, it would probably be easier, but also you gotta keep the mask on the entire time, not just a hassle. And yes, I am taking this. I do not chloroform anybody.
One, disclaimer, we are not advocating for or advising on the use of chloroform on any unconsenting people. I hope no one consents to being chloroformed, but if they do, I guess they consented.
I don't think it would change the effectiveness of it. I
do feel like... I mean, if all of your breathing is... Well...
No, because there are still ways, like, it's not gonna be fully concentrated there with no way to escape.
Yeah, I mean, the same way, like, you can still get oxygen through the mask.
Yeah, so, like, I
feel like whenever they show, like, chloroform in, like, media as and now the person's passed out, like, immediately, it's more like, oh, they're passing out because you fucking suffocated them for a few seconds with chloroform on the rag, but that's not the part that's making them pass out. There are people who consent to being chloroformed. Yeah, people consent to all kinds of things, you know?
Yes. It's just vapors, but because of
I'm not here to kink shame, because as far as we're concerned, maybe sex is a kink. You know...
Would sex be considered a kink?
I mean, I saw someone refer earlier to a preference of...
I'm so glad my roommate is not walking by the door right now.
They were basically saying that if you say that you would not date a trans person, it's transphobic, because if it's based on the genitals, that's a fetish for that genital rather than your sexuality. So if that's the case, then I guess sex is a kink.
You generally want to avoid those since the vapors are technically toxic and like it used to murder people in the
The
past.
twists and turns of this conversation. Welcome.
No,
Should we
this
get
is
back to
literally-
the game? I guess maybe we should get back to the game.
Specific kinds of sex can be a kink, so why not sex in general? I mean, yeah, that very much makes sense.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, some things are also much more prevalent and much more common than others.
so far, this is basically a normal stream for us. Not the conversations, but the fact that
Not
like
the
game's
actual
also-
specific topic, but the fact that we're talking about a bunch of things actually having no relation to the game itself.
Yes, yeah, that's kind of normal, and like jumping from one random topic to another, that's very normal. Being like, but Christianity, okay, but like chloroform, but sex. Conversations are very varied here. Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, that part's totally normal.
And then how does this relate to Kingdom Hearts?
Well, Sharky's here. That's how it relates. That's how it relates.
What would happen if you chloroformed Mickey Mouse?
Oh dear.
How generalized can you take it? My kink is people?
I mean...
I don't think I even read the last line. Can you go back? If you need me, check me out during the lunch break, okay?
I certainly hope that's living people, is all I am going to say to that. Because necrophilia is also a thing.
Necrophilia is also the thing, and would be desperation.
We
of
do
a
not
body.
condone half of the topics on here, actually.
Chloroform is very good at the moment, because every time I use it in lab, it's like, cool, still have the sense of smell, so probably no COVID.
That's an approach.
Oh man, what would happen if I was in that lab? See,
We've
that was
had
the question.
COVID before COVID was a thing. I don't know.
How intense is the smell of chloroform? Like, is it a light smell or is it an intense smell? Because that would
Also, is it a scent? Or does it affect you, like, in a... How do I put it? Like, spicy foods you can still taste because that's more about pain. So,
Yeah.
does chloroform work that same way?
Interesting.
Would you still be able to smell it in, like, a pain way?
Again, the conversation...
And
And then
think,
my roommate
for all
walking
of
by me,
one
like-
line, we went back.
Oh, and then my roommate walking by being like, what are they talking? Why are they talking about chloroform? Phrasing?
Really stunning that your roommate added me on Facebook and has yet to ask, what is wrong with you?
The scent depends on how close you are to the source of the vapors. I'm pretty sure Sharky would be able to smell...
Temet?
Smell what?
Temet? T-E-M-E-D? Med students?
The roadmap to how we got here. Good gracious. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Look, welcome, Solivar, but if you feel like you need to quickly exit because you're freaked out by us, we understand. We'll be sad, but we understand.
We totally understand that sometimes we get into topics.
Well, for that matter, if our current regulars stop showing up, we're like, oh, I wonder how they're doing. But we also understand.
I thought this an anime for a second. I was very confused.
Yup, it's an anime.
Which means it smells very, very strongly of fish.
I don't know, Sharky. How's your smell of fish?
I don't know the last time I was around, like, cooking fish.
Okay, but like raw fish.
I don't know the last time I was around raw fish. Not freaked out. I came to chill before going to sleep, and it's pretty chill here. That's good that you find us chill.
We very calmly discuss chloroform,
I'm a little
blending
worried.
people,
literally, Solivar.
like rotting fish.
Every day that we have this stream, I'm always like, what are my dreams gonna be like? Because like we get into weirdest conversations. Then I'm like, what am I gonna dream of? I don't think I've ever been around rotting fish. So, like, I don't know.
Fish that has been in the fridge for a little too long before you cooked it.
I've never been around that. Because my family never kept fish. They would buy it the same time
Alright,
and
I
cook it.
suppose it's unfair to expect Sharky the goldfish to know what dead fish rotting smells like.
Yeah, I'm a goldfish. Why'd I be around rotting fish? I mean, what's a rotting fish?
I don't know. I guess in your case, only the soul is rotting.
Mood.
What do you mean mood? I'm saying it about you.
I know. Okay. Percy, world record time. You skipping for this? How many hours do you think this will take?
Come to think of it, have you had any like extra bizarre dreams following one of these streams?
About something we discussed in stream? No, actually.
Optimized world record run. About 6 hours until the kill screen. Should fit neatly into the boundaries of tangent parfait.
I have had one where, like, a few days later, like, a random thing from stream, like, came up, but it wasn't, I've never had one where, like, going directly from the stream to bed caused a weird, like, oh man, I'm gonna have a dream about chloroform or something. No, that's never happened.
I'm now curious, what was the thing that you days later had a weird dream about?
I don't remember. It's not one of the dreams. It's like I have the feeling it happened, but I don't remember the specifics of the dream. You know what I mean? It's one of those that's like it's in the back of my head being like I had a dream about like a weird like a conversation we had, but it's just like that's the most I remember.
I feel like I either remember the whole thing minutes after waking up, or don't remember it at all, or holy shit, that was a traumatic dream. I'm gonna remember this one.
See, I will remember the full thing until about 15 minutes after I wake up, and then it's all gone, or I'll remember the whole thing for like all time and space.
And sometimes yellow white bedtime straight. They occasionally have some weird quasi-dream state thoughts as they drift off. You know,
see, I actually
honestly, I'm on the wrong side of y'all because I feel like being such a night person, I really.
Well, you put it into my journal. I find myself totally lost. There seems to be hints of the path through the trees, but every time I seem to get closer, something takes me to unusual dark places. I am undeterred, however.
I don't need you guys to have weird dreams.
See, I fall asleep watching, like, having...
Well, Magic's the one who's been here longest. Magic, would you like to give your journal update to self?
I fall asleep to like YouTube videos and that stuff, or like shows and stuff. So like I know that feeling of like I was hearing something as I was falling asleep, and then I have a weird dream about it. But that only happens like if I'm listening to it while I'm falling asleep. Like, oh boy, falling asleep to like a Pokemon video, and oh boy, I have a Pokemon dream, and it was wild.
Which means that you should never have a dream about this stream immediately following the stream, because you shouldn't be falling asleep during the stream.
Unless I put like one of our VODs on and then I cringe the entire time, because man, we're so bad.
Well, then you won't fall asleep because you'll be cringing at your own voice because you hate your own voice. I don't think your voice is that bad, but I mean, I also hate my own voice, so.
I sound so high-pitched, it's nasty. Journal, date, question mark. My grip on reality is slipping. My parents, oh my sweet stream parents, they try their best to keep my mind tethered to this realm, but they don't realize that they are the sword that is slicing me from it.
Correction, Magic. At least one of us fully realizes that we are the sword slicing us from it. Don't ask me which one is the one that realizes. We take turns.
No, we take. What is this? What is this? I'm so confused.
What is what?
notification that I got. I'm very confused by it.
All told, that's actually quite tame by arcade marathon standards. The poor fellow who eventually got a billion on Niblo endured worse.
It's a lot to endure, and I want you to call me if you need anything. Anything. Water, food, a pep talk, whatever.
I trust our noble floor attendant to rally forth beneath the flag of Moopy. If I need anything, I'll let you know.
Quick
salute, and then we skip on ahead.
I like Solvar. That is beautiful. That is a reality here.
Do we care about reality on this stream?
You're the one who's always saying, "Oh, this is not an apolitical stream," so I think we care about reality.
Well, fortunately, I don't know of any neo-Nazis around me that need to get punched, so the talk about whether punching a Nazi is a sin is currently theoretical.
I mean, I probably know a few Nazis that need to get punched from my high school days.
Well, I don't know them.
Yeah, you don't know them, I do.
Also, like, I'm pretty sure any neo-Nazis will not say it to my face of the people I
fall asleep
personally
to
know.
TV shows that I know well enough by heart that I don't actually need to watch it and can just listen. And it's very rare the elements make it into my dreams. Maybe sometimes as I'm waking up in the middle of the night, there'll be a brief blending. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's very fair. My dreams don't go into the TV show. I mean, I think that's called Persona 4, and that'd be pretty impressive.
Alright, so what are we telling Iris?
Am I wrong?
What are we telling Iris?
Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark?
Alright, I'll be back, and when I get back, you're gonna decide what we're gonna say.
What? What am I gonna do in the meantime? No. Oh no, I'm alone. Whatever will I do? I don't know where this voice came from. Somebody help. Gosh dang it. I'm an idiot. Hi, y'all. What's up? No, that's just your voice now. Did I have helium? Did I intake infinite amount of helium? One of the PSP and had the skull and the cards in the tower. Yeah, that's Persona 3 Portable if you played on the PSP. Didn't actually play all the way through. That's fair. That's like a very long game, so I don't blame you. Helium Sharky would be funny. So would sulfur hexafluoride Sharky. What would sulfur hexafluoride do? Is that the one that deepens your voice? And like you can't get out of your lungs because it's too heavy?
Well, I'm back to Helium Sharky and Persona 3?
No, so when I was doing like the oh no or whatever when you were leaving,
yes.
I'm like, did I intake helium or something?
Also a very potent greenhouse gas.
And then Magic was like, helium Sharky would be funny, but so would sulfur hexafluoride. And I'm like, isn't that the one that deepens your voice and then can't get out of your lungs because it's so heavy? So like basically kills you?
What I know is that when I have listened back on our VODs and I listen to like myself doing characters whose voices I have intentionally dropped lower, those are the voices as I hear myself. So
I've never actually listened to any of my voices that were lower, mainly because I don't do too many that are lower.
All right,
but also
Noctua voice, go.
Well. Why did I go into this voice so easily? Gosh dang it, Satan. Why did you do this to me?
I don't recommend breathing enough to kill you. Yeah, go back and listen to your own knocked voice and see.
One day you will run into an unusual chemical that is in fact harmless. One day.
Magic is the, like, chemist, so I imagine that magic probably deals with plenty of chemicals that are actually harmless. Also, technically, everything is kind of made of a chemical. So we run into harmless chemicals all the time, technically.
So what's this about me going back to my knocked voice?
Yeah, go back and listen to it and see if that sounds closer to how you normally hear yourself sounding.
Well, I don't normally sound this southern and have this much of a drawl.
I know.
So this would be pretty hard to sound like my normal voice.
Okay, but I mean tonally.
What kind of tone are you talking about?
All of the chemicals magic has mentioned so far have been not harmless.
Not harmless.
Well, magic, I think, prefers the not harmless kind.
M-Fox. I like that.
M-Fox.
Heightened Fox. Sure, Iris. Yeah, fine.
I feel like I can't get used to saying M-Fox.
Big guns. What?
I feel like I couldn't get used to saying M-Fox. Because I just want to read it as M-Fox. Like
Fox.
Like Star Fox.
Not
Not harmless kind are certainly more interesting.
Do a barrel roll.
So are we angry at Iris or no?
See, my favorite Star Fox thing is in Star Fox Zero, where there's an entire level.
What environment will give you a Brooklyn accent?
Brooklyn accent? I don't know what the Brooklyn accent sounds like.
Isn't that supposed to be like Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh? English, of course.
Yeah, I know exactly what you meant. You're like, hey, Yug, what are you doing over here?
We found it.
Come on, Yug.
We found it.
We just gotta kill him with a red-ass black dragon. There's a level
the Brooklyn accent for Sharky.
There's one level in Star Fox Zero where every time you do a barrel roll, it just says barrel roll, barrel roll, barrel roll, barrel roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's near enough the neighborhood.
There you go. See? We found it.
I mean, when you said do a Joey Wheeler, he's basically just like, hey, you. It's literally like half of his line.
I feel like he's the one that I hear mocked as having like an over-exaggerated Brooklyn accent for no reason.
I completely misinterpreted that and thought the question was, what environment will give someone a Brooklyn accent if they're raised in that environment? I was like, Brooklyn?
I mean,
yes.
Technically also yes.
Well, if you live with a parent who just have Brooklyn accents, even if you don't live in Brooklyn, you might have a Brooklyn accent.
Heavily depends.
Yes.
Heavily depends. My parents have very strong Chinese accents. I do not have any. As far as I know.
Isn't Brooklyn just from TV shows?
You mean Brooklyn exists outside of the 9-9?
It's like the Loch Ness Monster, North Dakota. It doesn't exist.
Yup. Ozark is fictional.
Ozark?
Yes?
I feel like that's a show?
It is. I believe it's also a real place.
Heck if I know.
Ozark, Missouri. Is there also a Mississippi one? I don't know.
Look.
So there's the Ozarks, which is apparently mountains or a plateau. These seem a little bit contradictory.
Yeah, mountains are not a plateau, okay?
Mountains can have plateaus, but mountains are not plateaus themselves. But anyway.
Look, I grew up in a city that there's about 5 different other places called the exact same thing, so like I'm just like, yeah, we're going here. Which one? Anyway,
Look, when I was growing up, there was a city called Springfield. Guess which state I'm from? No one who knows where I grew up is allowed to answer that.
Oh yeah, I send stuff over there all the time. No, I'm not actually joking. I'm literally not joking.
Just imagining in the game you're in conversation with these people and they're just watching you being completely silent with a vacant stare for minutes on end before delivering a single line and go back to deer in headlights. Yeah, that's pretty much.
I think that's not even the first time we've made that joke, and that's still accurate.
Absolutely made that joke before, and you know what? It is still absolutely accurate, and it's very funny to imagine.
Wait,
which
you
also
mentioned which
means
state
all of
you're
our welcome
from.
you fit right in.
You mentioned which state you're from, which is the funniest part.
I have. It's not Maine. Joe is the one I think who's from Maine, right? MC just associates with every tangent. You know, mood.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, I send stuff there like all the time. It's hilarious.
Send what?
Computers.
Ah.
Yeah, we have an
I was
office
like, what
there.
are you sent? Because you weren't implying that it was for work. So
Yeah.
it's like, you're just shipping random things to where I'm from?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Did you suddenly secretly get in contact with my parents? That'd be weird.
Canonically, it's been retconned that you're from Maine now.
Yup. Totally. I mean, I do think that lobsters are delicious. That's the qualifier, right? If I think that lobsters are delicious, I am totally from Maine.
What if you've never had lobster?
Then you're definitely not from Maine.
I mean that's accurate.
All right. Well, we've established that you're on the East Coast, so we've struck out one state from states where you potentially live.
Anyway, we should probably answer the top. And then hit the skip button.
Are we ever gonna yell at Iris?
I think we've done both of them before.
I don't think we've ever yelled at her.
Crosses
maybe
of
we
Maine
have.
off of states.
Anyway, so sharks.
Look, I've probably accidentally given too many clues where I'm from. So like, if you
I
read
mean,
into it, you could
There are
probably
times
figure it
that you may drop like vague things that would imply where you're from, but well, actually no. You've made some references that I'm like, oh, if they know, they know.
out. Yeah, exactly.
You sure it isn't actually a map that you've put pushpins into? But for that matter, I have given accidental vague hints at my location, in addition to just outright saying my state. But that's okay, because my state is California. It's quite large.
Yes.
If anyone wanted to stalk me, good luck. You know I live in somewhere in the gigantic state of California. You know, that takes up like 2/3 of the West Coast. Good luck.
I have a big conspiracy board right now.
I would love to see this conspiracy board.
But no, I've said some things like, and I'm like,
You've
crap,
definitely dropped things that I've been like, oh, you sure you want to say that on stream? But I have also not pointed that out, because then it'd really reveal where you're from.
Oh, I there was a few things I said to me like, why did I say that? And I was just like, I completely forgot. Like, I just completely blanked on things.
It's too late.
Yeah, I
That's okay.
mean,
We don't
if
have enough
somebody-
stock for this rabid crowd. It's time to loot and pillage our neighbors in proud Viking fashion tradition. I carefully
if
slip
Ma-
around the crowd and out the door, trying not to be noticed.
if Magic actually figured it out and then messaged me on Discord being like, are you from this state? I would be insanely impressed.
Magic isn't the one that I think would guess it, because there's someone else who has referenced the city.
Oh, yeah.
Like, other people have at times potentially referenced the city.
Yeah.
They're the ones more likely to catch those very subtle hints.
Yeah.
Also, dumb as hell. Surprise, we actually live in the same city as you, Magic. We don't know where that is, but we live there.
I mean,
live there
technically,
now.
one of our viewers literally knows where I live. So, one of them literally knows where I live.
Yes. The one who is also most likely to figure out based on the hints we've dropped, so.
I'm wondering how people would make the sports get go to a craft store, go to the counter, but I'm conspiracy butchering. What do you recommend? No,
they all they are all big fans of knitting, and they all specifically like knitting red sweaters. Yep. They all have red yarn because they all specifically like red sweaters.
It's all the time.
Nothing else. They only make sweaters, and they're only red. Yep.
Look, if I went to some of my craftsy friends and being like, hey, I need some March string, they'll be like, okay, how much?
I mean,
and they'll probably give me like a ball.
I'm like, do I have
like,
red string? I don't think I have red string on hand. I have random red fabric on hand, I think.
Why is your board covered in blue string? It's a common color. That's also fair.
I'd probably have like the random bits of like silver or gold ribbon that I've pulled off of other shit of like gift wrapping and stuff. Cause I sometimes keep those ribbons. I think from one time when I did like a delivery tea party thing, it came with this stuff that was wrapped in like pink and purple ribbons, so I just have randomly like a bit of pink and purple ribbon. What else do I randomly have? I have these gift wrap ribbons of like golden snowflakes, and another one that's like white with golden music notes. And I have some white, silver, and gold ribbons for gift wrapping in general.
This can't be a serial lawbreaker.
The string is not red.
Let's move on. Mood.
Fortunately, the morning crowd at Whole Story largely consists of avid readers, not soda addicts. I quickly rushed to the counter, putting my best sad puppy face into play.
Bravely Default 2 is next month. Bravely Default 2 is next month.
I know, I saw the thing that if you download the demo, you get like 100 platinum points under Nintendo.
Oh boy, they do a whole
now,
lot of
if only the platinum points were worth anything that I cared about.
Exactly.
But I think I did use gold points, and I got this Animal Crossing bandana, which is good because my gold points were about to expire.
See, I need to get through Octopath before I get that because like 20 hours.
There's too many games that I need to get to that I haven't gotten to yet. And here we are playing Arcade Spirits for the 5th time.
See, I need to
we
get
have
through.
To finish all the routes.
I need to get through Octopath just because, like, I've had it for so long. I'm like, I know I need to see the ending of this game. It's been way too flippant long, and it probably doesn't help that my first 2 runs were a speed run and a solo run instead of doing a normal run like a normal human being.
You know, someday I'm gonna ask you to just spoil the ending to Persona 4 because I'm never going to actually finish that, as I established last time. The one before? I don't know. At some point we established this.
I would totally just tell you, here's the killer, here's what happens.
Yeah. Not on stream,
if you don't...
Spoiler, no spoiling.
Exactly. But if you legitimately don't care, I'll be like, here's the killer, here's what happens.
Here we go.
Anyway.
I'm gonna bounce around the screen now. It's me. That's totally me.
You.
See, we don't need an angry bat. We already have one.
No, we need an angry bat with scythe. Because there's a difference between spoiler no spoiling and like angry bat is pissed at you.
Yeah, but you said that the spoiler no spoiling should be a bat to be me, so I mean that's also me.
Yes, but like 2 different purposes. Yes.
More bats! What is this bat? That's so cute.
From
Syrup bat. Well, I mean, I guess that would make it bat.
That is a very good bat.
It is an excellent bat.
Are we gonna get to the second half of this any day?
Sparkle is taking an early lunch.
To what do we owe the pleasure? Guys, you gotta help me. I'm desperate. Can I buy any cans of soda you got lying around?
Ooh, small art streamer.
Ooh,
That's
that's
cool.
cool.
Ooh, I get it. Run on your vending machines, huh?
Gotta keep those gamers well lubricated with sugary, syrupy soda. Ew.
What
You
if
thinking what I'm thinking, Matt?
I think so. Go ahead and take a few cases of sparkles on the house. Seriously.
We're neighbors. We of the Twin Pines Mall must stand side by side in this world.
You two are the best. I'll make it up to you by buying enough donuts to give myself diabetes.
I mean, honestly, the actual answer would be, can we put in a catering order from you guys to sell donuts for this event?
I mean,
Win-win.
Yeah. It wouldn't kill you to have a healthy sandwich or two when you pop 5 sparkles, even if the pastries are perfection. Here, let me help you.
This game constantly making me want donuts. After
mean,
Hustle Cat kept making me want donuts.
Hustle Cat is literally donut the game.
Don't you want donuts? Don't you want a donut? Matt leaves his post to help me haul a bunch of soda cases next door. On entering with armloads of aluminum cans. I swear we did this before, but we don't have a skip option.
No, we did.
The crowd goes wild!
There is a different option in the 3 that also involves going.
See, I think we also did that one and had the same issue. I don't know. A few of the friendly ones stepped right up to help us carry the boxes in, setting them up in the snack area. Soon we've got the whole load transferred. Matt offers a quick salute before returning to his cafe. Crisis averted. Glad we've got such helpful neighbors. Now, what next?
Punch or swear. Punch or swear.
We were just talking about punching. Well, Naomi's helpful.
Oh, well, thank you for joining. Hope we see you again. Have a good rest of your night.
Oh, good night, Salvar. Yeah, thanks for joining. Feel free to join for terror again. Let's be honest,
Wow.
it's just terror.
I am not terrified.
You're not terrified because you're part of the stream that is causing terror.
Look, if I should probably also
Night,
be
Salvar.
terrified. Good night. Now magic is stuck with us, alone and afraid.
Well, magic's not necessarily alone, and I don't think magic is afraid so much as sometimes we are afraid of magic. Though we
I'm
also
afraid.
love magic.
I'm afraid for magic.
Afraid for magic, afraid of magic. Little bit
Magic
of
won't.
both.
Magic won't hurt her father.
Magic was ready to send you that apple cinnamon chemical
I told
for
her to
testing
do
purposes.
it. I told Magic to do it.
That doesn't mean it's not going to harm you.
You want to take a bet on that? Bet you wouldn't. Huh?
I feel like magic has thoroughly embraced the mad scientist thing of, oh, I will hurt anyone and everyone for fun.
I mean, if you hurt me, I wouldn't also blame you. I'd be like, ah, okay. Did you have fun doing it? Thank you.
Dream daddy indeed.
Wait, how am I Dream Daddy?
Well, you were Santa Seaweed, aren't you?
Okay, but just because I embezzled millions of Santa Seaweed doesn't make me a Dream Daddy.
But offering to be harmed for the sake of magic's science experiments, I feel like might be Magic's Dream Daddy. You know, if Amanda was a mad scientist.
Want to test this chemical compound? Yeah, drink it. Oh, it didn't kill me. Cool.
Oh, it killed me. Cool.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm a cool.
Just saying. Please find find other, less innocent victims for your experiments. Okay, Magic?
Man, what would a ghost
All
Sharky
I'm
look
asking.
like?
Hmm?
What would a ghost Sharky look like?
Slightly paler than living Sharky. You're just gonna leave that?
I mean, I'm pretty pale, so like if I get paler, I'm basically translucent.
You're not that pale.
No, I'm not.
Like
I'm
you're
not-
you're definitely white, but you're not that
I'm white, but I'm not.
pale.
But I'm not that white.
You're not like the kind of pale that people make jokes about being a vampire.
No, I'm not.
Because I have friends who are that pale. And I mean, they're fine too. But like, that's not you.
No, it's not.
I never get tired of watching Naomi fix things. To see her brain quickly solve all these arcade complications leaves my mouth agape and my heart warm. Hold on. Call me if it breaks again. Bye.
I think this was you. Ah, or Skip. Proceed Queen B or swear? Proceed Queen B or swear?
Maybe we should do Queen Bees.
But then poor Ashley's in last!
Yeah?
Poor Ashley.
We can get Ashley later. The problem is she shares a chapter with Teo.
That is true, she does flip and share a chapter.
So it
with
makes
Theo.
sense for her to be last, honestly. For how far we are right now, at least.
Yeah. She gets the bad luck. So what if you're a woman? Doesn't change your ability to tap buttons to have amazing plays or to be a bad.
Ass.
All gamers can do that, regardless of who they are.
Adorable kid. That's just adorable. But sadly, not in any way close to the way the world works. And where you're as close to its heart as I am, well, can't miss it. See, I think that's closer to how I hear myself, based on how I've heard myself as Queen Bee in the bots before.
Interesting.
Still, for all the patently obvious bullshit on that front in this culture, what L7 does is more subtle. Do you know why L7 signed me in the first place?
For the skip button, of course. Cheerio.
Maybe we'll even get through lunch before we end the stream.
I doubt it.
Well, we'll want to finish the scene, so probably. Teo's looking concernedly down at his phone. He collectively wipes his brow and exhales. Maybe Teo would like to join me on a break. It seems we could both use a little energy boost. Appears to be a good time, too. The ever-present group of dancers is cleared away from Showtime stage for the time being. Must be a good breaking point for the tournament. Dancers need to refuel too, I guess.
My brain just went to the back of itself and just plugged in an old cord. Because there was a while ago, there was a streamer I watched, and every time something says "for the time being," he's like, "Ah, yes, the time being."
The time being?
Yes, because if you say "time being" fast enough, it kind of like slurs together and sounds like "time being."
If you have an accent that drops the G from time being, I guess.
Some people do.
Some people do. I feel
So
like
he
that sounds like a southern thing, maybe.
So he would always make jokes like, "Ah, yes, for the time being."
The time being.
And it's just my brain went back. It was like, "Ah, yes, joke."
For the time being.
I'm not going back to the knocked. I'm not going back to the knock. I'm not going back to the
Go
knock.
back to knocked.
I'm not going back to the knock. This isn't Hustle Cat. There's no more knocks. He won't harm me here.
Yeah, we don't have a southern character. It's really a shame.
I don't need to voice any more Southern characters.
Well, I could have voiced a southern character.
What Southern characters would you like to voice?
Well,
mean,
we
you
don't
could
have
get-
one.
You could give somebody a Southern voice if you wanna.
Maybe in a different game.
You can always
See,
give
Noct
somebody
was
a southern...
specifically like listed as having like a southern drawl.
But I also think I gave it to him before I even saw that, because I remember.
Did.
Because I remember. Well, it has to be Percy, obviously. Yeah.
Yep, Percy's not British. He's actually southern.
Because I remember seeing it, and like I started on it, I'm like, man, that came out as that southern drawl. Like that sounded weird, but I'm just gonna go with it. And then it was like, his slow southern drawl, and I'm like, I guess. And we're like, okay, I guess this is how it is.
I guess you were right with your unintentional.
But just looking at me, I'm like, I guess it's gonna be a
See, you were meant to be
whirl.
You were meant to be knocked.
I was not.
Well, you were knocked, and I was Graves.
I was not.
And then we
meant
found
to
out they were apparently exes, and we went, what?
How was I meant to be knocked?
Look, they keep saying that you're a good villain. Embrace your destiny, Sharky.
I have no destiny.
Embrace your destiny, Islands.
You mean Disneyland?
Yes.
I think that's the anagram. Was it Disneyland? I think it's Disneyland.
That?
Destiny Islands and Disneyland, I think, are anagrams of each other. I think?
God damn it, you have me sitting here thinking about it now.
Oh, it's Disneyland.
Okay. I was like, is that the right number of letters?
Yeah, Destiny Island is an anagram of it's Disneyland.
Because it wasn't enough that we had Yen, Sid, and Ericus.
Well, Yen Sid was literally just Yen Sid. He was always Yen Sid.
Yeah, but...
Teo just watches cards like, you good, bro?
Well, actually, it's Sparkles, whose line we're waiting on.
But yes, we have Ericus Square, Yen Sid, Disney, and it's Disneyland. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it's Disneyland.
And then we have all of the anagrams plus an X.
Which we don't even know all those characters yet. We don't even know Luxord and Demix's.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is Demix's original name?
We don't know Demix's and we don't know Luxord's. Those are the only two we don't know yet. We know Marluxia's and we know Larxine's now, but we don't know those two.
Demix's A and B.
Wow.
He's Dr. A.
Dr. A.
Dr. E. But like only one Y. Did you read this already?
No.
Well, why not?
Because apparently it's Kingdom Hearts time.
When isn't it?
Saturdays at 12 p.m. on Professor Sharky.
That sounds especially like it should be Kingdom Hearts time.
No, that's Tokyo Mirage Session
Well,
Sharp
you're not
at the
Professor.
Encore. Yeah, I mean that's true.
You're
But
just
it's on the
Sharky at that point.
But it's on the Prof Sharky channel.
True.
Hey Teo, how's the dancing today? Every time I look over here, people are laughing and smiling. Oh hey, they're rocking and grooving their hardest today. Crowd might not have as many hoots and hollers and intense battles as Queen Bees, but we've got more newcomers.
Hell yeah.
And we're totally killing it. That's great to hear. The fraction of me mildly worrying about Showtime stage is calm, but the rest is still a mess of anxiety.
Who would want to talk about Kingdom Hearts at 3 a.m.? Sharky bolts up right in bed. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Start thinking of Hearts. You know, we've talked about Kingdom Hearts at 3 a.m. before, though.
Okay, but I have never woken up in the middle of the night and started playing Kingdom Hearts, actually. I can say that. I have woken up in the middle of the night.
Not even the mobile games? No, usually if you wake up at 3 a.m., what you're more likely to do, I think, is message me.
No, actually, because you brought up the mobile games, I stand to be corrected. I have woken up at roughly 3 a.m. and played Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key.
See?
Sorry,
I know this because what I do if I wake up in the middle of the night.
Sorry, not Unchained Key, because it wasn't Unchained Key anymore. I woke up in the middle of the night and played Union Cross.
I like that this is a distinction you have to make.
I have to make the distinction, but now it's Union Cross and /Dark Road. Have to make the distinction.
Yep.
And then Magic's gonna be like, "Is this gonna be on the test?" I'm gonna be like, "It's gonna be on the post Kingdom Hearts 3 test. Don't worry." Dear God, these names. Okay, but it's also different than Kingdom Hearts Key, which is a web browser game that Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key is a continuation of. And also kind of a reboot.
And then there's Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key back cover, was it?
No, it's Kingdom Hearts Key cheat back cover.
Okay.
It's not Unchained.
Sure.
Because it happens in the real version.
You're the one who keeps track, not me.
So here's the distinction actually.
Suddenly, you are no longer watching Aces Playing an Attraction, you are actually watching Professor Sharky.
No, but there's
suddenly this description. Suddenly this VOD actually ends up on the Sharky explaining channel instead.
There's actually a distinction between the two. Kingdom Hearts Key happens in the real world. Daisy Fresh and back for a while and come back for Kingdom Hearts chat. Welcome back, Flower. Kingdom Hearts Key happens in the real world.
Welcome back, Flower. You'll be glad to know that we've actually made it to lunch. We haven't gone to lunch yet, but we've made it to the choosing who we go to lunch with.
So everything in Kingdom Hearts...
Well, no, I don't want Kingdom Hearts in the real world.
No. Real world in heavy quotations. Basically, so everything in Kingdom Hearts Key leads up to the Keyblade War in the, quote, real world. Unchained is what happens after they all get thrown into a computer program that is them reliving it. So back cover is them explaining basically everything leading up to the Keyblade War based on a different group's point of view. So they couldn't call it Unchained because it happened pre-Keyblade War before everyone was thrown into the computer. There is actually a distinction you have to make, and
Anyway, so we live in a simulation that keeps generating new simulations.
Literally, I will state, and I'm always going to be saying this, the minute I get to pre-Kingdom Hearts 3, after we watch the back cover movie, and right before...
What are you going to do about the movies anyway?
I'm going to be watching them. Watching them and commentating over them. That's literally the only thing I can do.
I mean, you have to do the commentating, because otherwise it's going to get taken down, right?
Yeah. The problem's going to be before playing 0.2, but after watching the back cover movie, I literally will have to make a video encompassing the browser game, how that relates to the movie, then talk about the mobile game up to the point where Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. And I'm going to try to encompass that into one video as best as I can. It might have to be two, depending on the length.
What are you going to do for the visuals of that video?
That's the problem I'm going to be... I literally... That's the one video...
That's when you have to learn animation.
No, I'm half thinking of maybe trying to reach out to one of the popular quote-unquote in the Kingdom Hearts community YouTubers who actually has uploaded all of them and see if I can use his footage. And obviously say in the video in the description, all the video you're watching is from this YouTube channel. Please watch them. They are amazing, because literally they're amazing. If I'm allowed by them.
They might charge you.
What?
They might charge you.
Well,
in the sense of like, why would they let you? Kingdom Hearts 3.14 Dash Alpha. My memory is heart recompiled remake. Under Night into Birth.
See, that wouldn't be the most ridiculous name.
See, I'm just like, Flower, are you placing bets on this name? Because it's a viable bet. I'm just wondering if you're taking bets on it like the stock market.
So that's going to be...
Oh, Magic, it's okay. It's okay.
That's literally going to be the one I actually am going to have to script out, do like an actual like scripting. And that's going to be the one video that I'm going to be legitimately afraid of, just because of the amount of work I'm going to have to put into it. Basically explaining a lot of information at once, because a lot flipping happens in Key and then Unchained. Up to Union Cross when 3 comes out.
Well, I look forward to you explaining the entirety of everything that has happened since I basically quit playing Unchained.
Oh, lots flipping happened, including...
I know, you've told me some of it.
Some of the characters are over 100 years old. One of them's a unwitting murderer.
An unwitting murderer? I think that's just called manslaughter.
Well, he didn't kill... It's the confusion of he didn't kill the person, but he was an accomplice, but he was an accomplice who was mind-controlled. So it was very fine lines.
I mean, if you do it under, well, mind control or like
possession.
Manipulation. If you're talking about straight up possession, I wouldn't call them a murderer. They were possessed, and whoever did the actual killing is the murderer.
The embodiment of darkness.
The person became dead.
Literally the embodiment of darkness. You're too hard on yourself, Sparkles. Everyone, including you, is doing a fantastic job. Thanks, Teo. But remember to take a break for yourself, too. In fact, have you eaten lunch yet?
Look, we're making progress.
Nah, I haven't had the time.
Now?
Are you the reason they're dead? No, it's not no comment. It's, are you the reason they're dead? What are you talking about? I don't know.
Are you the reason they're dead? It's complicated.
No, it's literally, are you the reason they're dead? I have no idea what you're talking about. Gets a headache.
Are you the reason they're dead? Facebook status has changed to it's complicated.
Crap, I'm getting headaches. Crap, why is my head like splitting in two? I think I'm the reason they're dead. Now I'm unconscious.
You know, a lot of people spent a lot of time being unconscious in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
It's very convenient.
About 3 years, if you count everybody.
Is this math that has already previously been done?
Well...
Or did you just come up with that off the top of your head?
Come off the top of the head, because if you combine Sora and Kairi, you're already at 2. Add some Roxas in there, you're about 2.5. Yeah, it's about 3 years.
Fair, I guess.
Seems now is the perfect time then. I get a mighty hunger, and you're coming with me to the... I got a mighty hunger, and you're coming with me to the whole story.
A lot of anime protagonists have massive brain injuries, half of which are metaphysical. I mean, there was also the time we played a game on this stream in which we have amnesia because there's a fairy in our brain.
Yeah, there was a fairy in her brain. Alright.
That was great.
When is the first video of that coming out?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one handling all of the VOD uploads.
Yeah, I actually have to render the one for Saturday. Like, I have to do that tomorrow night. Is
this the part where we're supposed to plug our archive channel again?
That was fun to watch.
I guess technically I should probably plug our archive channel.
How could I ever refuse you? No.
Yes,
Plus,
that is better. That's true.
I've got a mighty hunger too, and it's for more time with you.
Wink.
Wink.
I'm left utterly speechless. And before I can find the words, Teo continues on.
And for some tasty cake.
They are not all directly uploaded.
None of them are because it would never be done in time. See, but the problem it would never be able to get done in time. It's never going to be happening that way, and bandwidth isn't a problem for me. I think I got like 30 videos uploaded in like an hour. Actually, not a joke.
It's not a joke, but it is funny.
Like, it's not a problem. Okay, let's go do the thing with the putting of the foods into our mouthfuls.
We're putting what into our mouthfuls?
Foods.
My companion fetches a table in the crowded cafe while I memorize our order and carry it forth to yon service counter. I make my way to the front of the line, just trying to keep the lunch order neatly arranged in my brain despite all the chaos of today's event.
Hello.
Well, look who's here.
I'm looking.
We were just here like an hour ago, guys.
Yeah.
It's our favorite arcade wrangler.
Arcade minion? Arcade flunky? What's the right term? Event manager, actually. You know, those flyers for Tangent Parfait I asked you to pass out? It's my baby. I was here earlier asking you about it.
Moving up in the world, I see.
A proud parent of a shiny arcade baby.
And yet no invite for us to the baby shower.
Why, I feel snubbed.
But seriously, we couldn't be prouder of you. And to think when you first walked in these doors, you were still trying to figure out your place in things.
Ben and I know a thing or two about finding a dream and sacrificing to make it happen.
Long hours, hard work.
Hard work and long hours, too.
Struggling to make ends meet.
Having meetings to discuss how to end the struggles.
I can't imagine how difficult it must have been for you to get where you are now.
It wasn't that difficult, actually. Honestly, came up with a name, talked it up at Max, and that's it.
I'm like, wow. If only event management was that simple.
If only.
Ooh, I'd be on the lookout for hidden costs on the back end then.
Speed bumps on the road of life to catch you unawares as you're soaring down the highway of success.
But if you wreck your $500,000 imported sports car of business triumph, they'll be there to drown your sorrows in coffee.
And donuts.
And donuts.
Don't forget the donuts, an essential component. Next order, please.
Flour. These seeds make me so hungry for donuts.
He did get inspired by Hustle Cat.
Why?
Hustle
It did.
Cat.
It was. That's true. And Hustle Cat had delectable donut pictures. Ugh. Shaking my head, I wander back to our table with a lunch in tow. I ended up ordering a massive amount of food. It's just it's amazing the stuff Ben and Matt have here beyond just hole-enabled pastries. In my case, a grilled cheese sandwich with a cup of tomato soup and a chocolate chip cookie for dessert. All this event managing has given me an unquenchable appetite, and I'm filling it with as many calories as I can look at. I'm pretty sure I earned it, though. As I sit across from Teo, I take note of what he ordered. A hearty-looking salad, a bag of kettle chips, a decadent slice of chocolate cake. Cake. That perfect, beautiful ace symbol. I too want chocolate cake.
All this looks so delicious. 'Tis a feast set for royalty. By royalty, I mean me and you. We should just share it all.
I'm not opposed to sharing. Just looking at the cake is making my ace mouth water.
A splendid idea.
We dig in, eating bits and pieces of each other's food. But as I'm stuffing my face morsel by morsel, I can't help but notice that Teo's phone is blowing off the hook with notification noises. Every few seconds, it buzzes and chimes in. After several minutes, he reaches for his phone. Yeah. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to try and be in the present with who's in front of me. I enjoy being able to focus on my friend without the constant beeping. And Teo should really just enjoy his break.
Focusing your phone isn't really focusing on yourself. Believe me, if I had the option to focus my attention anywhere, it'd be solely on you.
Wink.
But unfortunately, this is for work. Work? As in your job? Yeah, I have one of those. I mean, didn't mean to say you didn't have a job. Just I have no idea what you do. Just like you, make a living in the arcade industry. I don't work in an arcade per se, but I am one of the community managers for the North American division of Showtime Stage. Wow, that's really neat. It's almost exactly what you see me do at the Funplex, but on a wider scale. More tournaments, more interacting with social media, even more dancing. Sounds literally perfect for you, Teo. How did that even happen? Funny and interesting things happen when you have a lot of friends.
Sometimes.
What's friends?
Yes, Sharky, I get it. We're not actually friends. I know. I'm just the annoying acquaintance who makes you get on this stream 3 times a week that you absolutely apparently do not want to do because you also don't think any of our viewers are friends. Comments? Us, the stream is full of friends. Exactly, Magic. Exactly.
Makes you think I should work on my networking skills.
Yeah, interesting thing has happened when you have lots of friends, such as Magic detailing the chemistry behind apples and cinnamon and determining what kind of experiment is necessary to determine what the chemistry like apple and cinnamon is.
And how lethal it is.
Neither of you should be consuming that, okay? Neither of you.
To be determined. From what I saw, you did great at Max. Otherwise, we wouldn't have as many people here today as we do.
Oh, Mom. Look, all I'm saying is, if you're gonna test dangerous chemicals, find a less innocent subject to test on.
Okay, but they have to, like, agree to the experiment or else it won't do anything.
Your continued existence fills me with such utter disgust that it's all I can do not to vomit blood at the very thought you still draw breath, which is proof this is a godless and unjust world.
I mean, mood.
One,
I don't blame you.
excuse me. That's an amazing paragraph. And 2, yeah, it is a godless and unjust world. That's basically the summary of why I feel like I should be an atheist. So, yeah.
Pretty sure that would be considered a crime against humanity. That's a good point. I did bust my
Ass?
to make things work out at Max, as did you, honestly. Getting us magical moon cuties was a huge plus. Glad to have a friend like you around.
Absolutely.
Now I'm gonna have never had a friend like me stuck in my head for a while.
What, you're gonna sing that again?
No.
On the stream?
No.
Aw.
I'm so glad that'll never be uploaded.
I mean, you have the VODs.
Yeah, but it's never going anywhere.
Alright. When I am finally able to visit once the pandemic is over, I'm gonna just have to hack into your computer so I can get the files. I guess.
Don't sell yourself short, Sparkles. You're a great friend, too.
Yeah, Magic wants to hear you sing Toxic again.
No, I don't even remember the song.
I mean, you got by fine as we were singing it.
I just don't remember the song. I've already blacked it out.
It's okay. When it plays, you'll remember it again and you'll sing it again. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I'll probably
We'll
be
just
like,
have to
what's
make
this
sure
song?
that when you finally get around to scheduling Among Us, I'm gonna join in and have karaoke in between each round while we're waiting for people to get ready. So you will have to sing something every time.
Nope.
Pretty sure everyone in the Discord would be unopposed to that, right?
I would.
I think Magic would be in support of that. Pretty sure Joe and Pi would also support it.
You are terrible. This is why I subject you to Kingdom Hearts.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Subject you to Kingdom Hearts it is. Have you ever watched Kingdom Hearts?
I have played Kingdom Hearts, thank you.
It's a
See,
bad...
when you say it, I say that because it is. You assume that I don't already subject myself to Kingdom Hearts.
That doesn't make it a good thing.
Okay, and? It makes it a thing that I am minimally not opposed to hearing about because I'm already part of this. You're not the only one who plays Kingdom Hearts, remember?
I know. Oh, crap. There's more story coming out soon.
Why are ghosts always creepy and genteel Victorians? I want a ghost of a suburban white girl who died in 2003 who wakes me in the dead of night howling, "It's Britney, bitch!" You know, if I had a ghosty buddy who just woke me in the middle of the night, like, belting Evanescence, I'd be like, "Ghosty buddy, you're my new best friend." In fact, that's the kind of ghost I want to become someday.
I mean, look at me now. Last time we lunched here, I was stressing over silly things, wasn't I? You helped me realize that I don't have time for myself. If I don't take time for myself, I'd never be the best Teo I could be.
Now that I think about it, Teo's been more receptive recently to having other members of the dancing crew help him out. He smiles a lot more, which even I didn't think was possible. Oh god, the ghost. He's back. Haunting wail. Snoop Dogg is heard on the wind.
Is that a song?
I assume that's like how various artists just kind of announce themselves in their songs. I haven't listened to terribly much Snoop Dogg.
I know he's a person who made music or makes music. I don't know the status of his music making.
He's less relevant now, I would say.
I
He does
also
sing his
think
name
he's
in
gone
Rock
through like
Talk.
7 name changes.
All clocks in the house are fixed on 420 as green smoke rises from every surface. I look forward to the era when millennial ghosts become a trope.
Drop it like it's hot. I don't think I've ever read or heard that.
You've
No,
never
I-
read Drop It Like It's Hot. Okay.
I've never read that one.
I do
said
feel like it would, like, how beautifully obnoxious of a ghost would you be if you just went full hard, like, full on goth, belting Evanescence at people, reciting Poe at people? That's the kind of annoying ass ghost I aspire to be.
And then I'll be like, how annoying would it be waking up in the middle of the night and been like, so heartless. So do demons have intelligence from Final Fantasy 15?
I've become so numb. What a great ghost that would be, right, Magic?
Oh my gosh. Let's discuss the intelligence of demons from Final Fantasy 15 for the next 3 hours.
You need to be specifically haunting me for that. Which isn't allowed because you're not allowed to be dead in the first place. Person I'm haunting, God, please shut the fuck up.
I've noticed all the self-care you've been doing. I think it's really helped you stabilize. I'm proud of you for taking the right steps. It's just so easy to fall into those comfortable self-destructive habits. And yeah, I was totally stuck in that cycle. I know what you mean, Teo. It's been constant struggle to break out of the mold that my family brought me up in. Watching has inspired me too. But you helped me realize I wasn't caring for myself enough, and I'm forever grateful for that. It's by no means the end of the battle, but it's nice to know I'm not alone anymore. Also, can I just say, Union Cross is on version 4.2.0.
You can say that.
It's on version 420.
So
Before I get-
how high is it?
Well,
On a
right
scale
now-
from sober to, I don't know, all the rest of Kingdom Hearts, how high is it?
Well, right now there's a mix between the two parallel stories going on right now is cubes of darkness invading Wreck-It Ralph that will eventually try to devour the entire computer simulation everyone is in. The embodiment of darkness just popped out of a young child and said, "Yeah, I murdered them, and I'm gonna murder you guys too because it's hilarious."
That is hilarious.
And then 4 other kids are like, "Fight me."
So approximately just as high as the rest of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Also, apparently, the oldest master of the Keyblade was like, "Oh yeah, I'm at Darkness. I've had a good conversation with them. They suck. You can't beat them. Why not? Because you literally can't. Just get over it." Oh boy.
Oh boy.
But it's almost done. It's almost done. Anyway, before I get too mushy about my feelings, I should head back to Showtime Stage. Ditto. There's still so much I need to do. Day's only halfway over, and the stream is almost done. But thanks for sharing in this much-needed break with me. Anytime.
Rushing through the rest of our lavish meals, we wrap things up and slip back into the funplex, almost unnoticed in all the noise and chaos of Tangent Parfait. Yeah, we've had a lot of noise and chaos in today's Tangent Parfait.
Also some chloroform.
Also some chloroform. Doubly funny that that's not even an exaggeration.
Not even an exaggeration.
But we're ending here for now.
We'll be back on Friday for whatever.
For art. Because I
Oh,
owe
right,
Pie
well.
an art.
Yes, we have art
I
to
owe
do.
Pie an art, and I owe myself an art. Because I'm really determined to acify the Yuri on Ice characters.
So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna be doing on Friday.
Singing?
No. Bye.
Thanks for joining. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.